Imagine this. A man sees a woman across a crowded room. The air is loud. The lights are bright. Just a few seconds pass, and somehow, in the quietest part of his mind, an impression is already fully formed. Why does that happen? Why does a simple glance carry so much weight? Is it just the symmetry of a face, or is it the echo of something much older? To find the answer, we have to rewind, far past the concrete cities, past the glowing screens, past the very concept of time. Picture a world millions of years ago. The nights were pitch black and freezing. Every rustle in the tall grass meant danger. Food was a victory, not a guarantee. Survival was a daily, exhausting puzzle. And every generation had only one real mission: survive the dark and pass the spark of life to the morning. Over countless lifetimes, the human brain learned to solve this puzzle, not in a laboratory, but in the wild, through millions of tiny adaptations. Our ancestors who noticed the right things, who recognized health, strength, and warmth in another person, were the ones who made it. They passed those sharp instincts down to us. And eventually, that ancient survival radar became what we now call attraction. But attraction is infinitely smarter than we give it credit for. When that man looks at that woman, his brain isn't just taking a photograph. It is running a brilliant, invisible calculation. In a fraction of a second, it searches for clues: the warmth in a smile, the steadiness of a gaze, the cadence of a voice. It is asking one silent, ancient question: could this person be a safe harbor? We notice 100 microscopic details before we even say hello. Yet science tells us something fascinating. The initial spark, the physical pull, is just the invitation. It is not the fire itself. We have all experienced it. Meeting someone who looks flawless, but the moment they speak, the illusion shatters. The attraction fades out, sometimes before they even finish their sentence. But then there is the magic of the slow burn. Someone who blends into the background at first, but then you hear their laugh. You see how they treat a stranger. You learn the shape of their thoughts, and suddenly they become the most beautiful person in the room. That is because we are not just wired for appearances. We are wired for stories, for shared frequencies, for the feeling of being seen. Imagine two people sitting in a quiet corner, talking as the hours melt away. The rest of the world blurs. They are trading memories like currency, laughing at the same invisible jokes. With every shared truth, the brain releases a quiet flood of chemistry: dopamine, oxytocin, the ancient building blocks of trust. This is why true attraction feels so mysterious. It isn't just biology pulling strings. It is psychology. It is shared history. It is pure emotion. For thousands of years, humans could not survive alone. We needed each other to brave the winter, to share the fire, to carry the weight of the world. Because of that, the greatest human longing isn't just to be admired. It is to be understood, to be accepted, to know that someone else is willing to help carry your weight. Hollywood loves the thunderbolt, the love at first sight. But real, lasting attraction usually grows in the quiet moments. It is built on the inside jokes, the quiet respect, the way they look at you when you are tired. Physical beauty changes with the seasons. Hair grays, skin softens, life leaves its marks. But loyalty, a shared sense of humor, the comfort of a familiar hand, those things defy time. Look at an elderly couple sitting on a park bench 50 years into their story. They aren't holding hands because of a first impression anymore. They are holding hands because of 1,000 impressions, because of a lifetime of choosing each other over and over again. That transcends attraction. That is home. So why are men attracted to women? It begins with biology, an echo of our ancestors trying to survive the wild. But it ends with something much more profound: a search for connection in a vast universe, a desire to weave two separate stories into one. And yes, sometimes that entire beautiful, complicated journey really does start with a simple passing smile. Because attraction isn't the whole story. It is just the opening line, a line that might just turn into the greatest story of your life.